What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back with another video, and the NFL season is finally here. Today I'm going to be previewing the Raiders versus the Broncos Week 1 Monday Night Football in the bright lights. Man, I can't wait for this game. We finally get to see all our starters out there on the field. And the newly named Coliseum, Ring Central, is going to be a good matchup. Without further ado, Raider Nation, let's get started with this Week 1 preview.
You tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Man, Raider Nation, the start of the NFL season is finally here. With a newly revamped roster in Oakland, the nation looks to see it all on the field. We got to see very little of the starters during the preseason, but we look to see many of them debut on Monday Night Football. There are high hopes for the Raiders this year, especially with the talent that was added during free agency and the NFL draft. Week 1 looks to be a tough matchup against a very familiar rival, the Denver Broncos. The defense is their main strength, with guys like Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, and Chris Harris Jr., just to name a few. But this will be a good test for the Raiders' highly powered offense to start off the season. There are only 3 words to take into Monday Night Football: just win, baby. Now, like what we do in every single pre-game preview, we start off with your Nation News. And the main guy that's always popping up every single week with Nation News is Antonio Brown. Now, Antonio Brown had a really heated argument with Mike Mayock, which I addressed yesterday. Things got kind of heated. He got fined for not showing up to training camp. He got mad, got into Mike Mayock's face. Some players had to hold him back, one of those guys being Vontaze Burfict. How ironic. The Raiders were talking about even suspending him for the Week 1 game, and a lot of players going crazy, even me. I was actually kind of mad at this situation. He even unfollowed Derek Carr on Instagram and unfollowed the Raiders, being really childish. And then he followed the Texans. A lot of people sent me that as well in my DMs, and I'm like, just stop. But today I woke up to some really great news. Antonio Brown reported to the team meeting and issued an emotional apology to the team for his actions, in which the team captain stood by his side. Now, that's a step in the right direction. Does this mean that he's doing it for his money? Maybe, maybe not, who knows, but it's good to see him go out there and apologize. Even though all this drama has been surrounding the Raiders organization through the past couple of days, it's good to see that his teammates, even the team captains, still support him no matter what. And not too long after that, reported by Vic Tafur, the Raiders are gonna play Antonio Brown Week 1. Woo! Woo! Like I said yesterday, I didn't think that they were gonna suspend him because, one, he's a really great receiver and a really great weapon, and every win counts. Hey, sometimes you gotta put the win over your pride. So we're gonna see Antonio Brown Week 1. I'm just that much more excited for Monday Night Football. Now, the matchup to watch in this game, it's got to be Antonio Brown versus Chris Harris Jr. Chris Harris Jr. is one of the best cornerbacks in this league, and Antonio, you guys already know, is one of, if not the best wide receiver in the league. All drama aside, his work ethic is second to none, and to see him go mano-a-mano with Chris Harris Jr. will be a great matchup to watch, especially to see if he can win a couple of those battles and get a touchdown, or maybe 2, who knows. But I look forward to that matchup. It's going to be a good one. Now, the storylines of the game. Number 1, will the offense succeed? Now, with all the weapons we did bring in on offense, all the weapons to help out Derek Carr this season, starting off with the O-line, getting us a young running back, even getting the best receiver in the league and another receiver to complement him as well. How will this offense do, and how will they succeed, especially against this highly touted defense in the Denver Broncos? Derek Carr this year has no excuses. We might be seeing the last of Derek Carr, but with this little snippet that we did see during the offseason against the Arizona Cardinals, they look pretty good out there. But we didn't get to see Antonio Brown out there, so I can't wait to see Antonio Brown and Josh Jacobs go off, even Tyrell Williams and Hunter Renfrow. Like I said, we have so many weapons out there. Even our tight end Darren Waller has a chance to go out there and show out. So come Monday, we'll see how this offense does. Number 2, first round talent. Now, we picked up 3 players in the first round this year. After trading away Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper, we added 2 more picks in the first round. Obviously, we started off with Khalil Farrell, Josh Jacobs, and then Jonathan Abrams. In this game, I want to see how they do. I want to see if we make the right investment in these players and see how they pan out, especially in their debut. I want to see how they adjust to the NFL speed. Josh Jacobs on the offensive side, I want to see him run hard, catch a couple of balls, and find the holes to make big runs and hopefully score a touchdown. Clelin Ferrell, I want to see him apply a lot of QB pressure, especially to Joe Flacco, and see how he gets around the offensive line. I know he's not going to be no Khalil Mack, but I want to see him cause some havoc on that offensive line and hopefully get a sack. And Jonathan Abram, one of my favorite players on this team, man. I hope to see him be a ball hawk out there and hopefully get an interception out there, but I want to see how he plays and how he tackles in the open field. Maybe lay a hit on the Broncos offense. And number 3, Raiders offensive line versus the Broncos defensive line. Now we do have a big offensive line with standouts like Colton Miller, Trent Brown, and even Rodney Hudson. Even with Richie Incognito being suspended for the first 2 games and Gabe Jackson out for a couple of weeks due to injury, I still want to see how well this offensive line does against a really strong defensive line. And the Broncos, they got Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, 2 standouts on the edge. And you can't forget Derek Wolfe and former Raider Shelby Harris on that defensive line. It's going to be a good matchup to see our offensive line go against them. So I want to see them go out there and succeed and give Derek Carr that time in the pocket to succeed as well, throwing balls to Antonio Brown and whoever else is out there. And of course, score some touchdowns. Now, players to watch. I have 3 players to watch out for in this game, in this debut game, that I'm really excited to see. Number 1, Trent Brown. Now, making Trent Brown the highest paid tackle in the league. We brought him in during free agency, and a lot of people were really making fun of us because we paid him that much money, especially coming off of a Super Bowl winning season with the Patriots. We bring him into this offensive line, and he's one of the biggest offensive linemen I've ever seen in the NFL. But to see him out there, I want to see how well he does. He's a bully on that offensive line, especially because he's going to be going head up with guys like Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, and I want to see how well he does against them. And Von Miller, one guy that vouched for Trent Brown even before he got this big. I can't wait to see how they go mano-a-mano. Number 2, Josh Jacobs. Our 24th overall pick, Josh Jacobs. He was the number 1 running back coming out of college, and with this offense, I want to see how well he does. The little that we did see from him in the Cardinals game, man, he looked sharp with his cuts and finding the hole. I know we didn't see too much of him, but this game, we're going to see a lot of Josh Jacobs, and hopefully this year he breaks out as one of the top rookies in this year's draft class. And number 3, who else could it be but Mr. Big Chest AB? Now, with everything that's been going on since we traded for him in the offseason, it's just been non-stop storyline after storyline after storyline after storyline. But that is the price that we get for a top tier receiver. Of course, he's going to be a little diva-ish, and a lot of Raider Nation don't agree with it, but when he plays on the field, we're going to forget all about that. Antonio Brown is one guy I'm really excited to see, especially with Derek Carr. I was kind of nervous because I thought he wasn't going to play in this game because he probably was going to get suspended. But the fact that it's announced that he's going to play week 1, I can't wait to see him go out there on the field and shut all the haters up and prove why he's still the number 1 receiver out there and why he doesn't need Big Ben out there to succeed. So I really can't wait to see Antonio Brown's debut as a Raider. Now, that is it, Raider Nation. That's all I have for you guys today for this pre-game preview against the Denver Broncos, man. What do you guys think about this game? What are you guys looking forward to? Is there anything that I'm missing? Drop it down in the comments below and let your boy know. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then you guys know the deal. Smash that like button. I would gladly appreciate it. And if this is the first time you're watching this video and you're not subscribed already, hey, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Raider Nation, man, I can't wait for this season. Until the next video, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is yeah.